It's that time again, you guys. We are once again back for another Behind the Blurb, the only show where you get to see me. I say that because today Behind the Blurb, we have literally just that. So please welcome Cohlman Arthur. Let's freaking go, man. Hi.
What's up, Cohlman? How have you been?
Hey, yeah, I mean, it's good to see you. Oh, by the way, I love what you're wearing today.
Dude,
you got a really great outfit.
Dude, yeah, thank you for having me on. It's an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, dude. That means a lot. Well, now that you're here, yeah, let's get into it. I wanted to kind of ask you some questions today, of course, as I always do here behind the blurb. So, you have been behind the blurb, or you've been on the blurb, excuse me. You've been on the blurb for a little while now, and I wanted to ask, like how exactly you like it, and what made you, want to join it. Well, so I've been a part of the blurb since fall of 2023. I just joined Kent State University as a freshman, and I knew that because back then, I mainly joined student media as a way to just be a part of the news, not so much the entertainment shows, because my major, I was a journalism major, back in last fall. So I was mainly wanting to join the news station because I actually didn't really know the entertainment shows really existed. So I actually ended up joining like most of the entertainment shows that were like there because I figured out about their existence, and I'm like, you know what? I'll try out for these as well. So I just kind of did that. Like I was a part of, or I auditioned for specifically the Blurb, obviously, but I also joined some other entertainment shows, like specifically All Systems Go, and Grab Bag, which you can also tune into. By the way, you can tune into All Systems Go Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and Grab Bag Thursdays at 9 p.m., by the way. But I joined those shows because I wanted to have fun on the entertainment side of broadcasting, in addition to doing the news stuff. And yeah, I just kept doing those shows, which was really fun. Which was funny because back when I joined student media, the show Grab Bag was actually called The Agenda. Oh, wow. And then in spring it got turned into Grab Bag, but that's a different story. But yeah, I was on cast for both shows, and then as of this fall, our former showrunner, Jenica Jenick, had graduated, so there needed to be somebody to step up. So since then, I applied, and now I'm the showrunner for the Blurb, and I'm also TV executive producer of the entirety of the TV shows of Black Squirrel Entertainment.
Oh shoot, yeah. So you haven't even been here that long, and you've jumped, very quickly to showrunner. That's an impressive feat, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never thought it would happen this quick, or at all, really.
Dang, I would love to showrun this show. That would be very cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, now that I've known how you've joined the Blurb, I kind of wanted to get into the stuff you've kind of talked about in the Blurb. So from the past, I know that you really like classic rock. I know the classic rock's your favorite genre. So I kind of wanted to ask, what are a few of your favorite bands within classic rock?
Well, I have two that stand out big time. I specifically refer to Styx and REO Speedwagon. Those are literally my top two favorite bands of all time. I literally have a t-shirt here because I went and saw them at Blossom Music Center back in 2022. I love them both so much, man. Here's the thing. I grew into Styx quicker than REO Speedwagon, of course. I've been a Styx fan since late 2021 after playing their songs in marching band and discovering them through marching band in high school. And then I discovered REO Speedwagon when I found out that they were actually going to be coming to Blossom in 2022 with Styx as part of their Live and Unzoomed tour. I specifically discovered them through their tour. So when I went and saw them, I won't lie, I only knew one REO Speedwagon song at the time because I was far more excited for Styx because that was my first time seeing Styx, and I was far more excited for them.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care for REO Speedwagon during that show, but man, that definitely changed big time. I became an REO fan throughout the next year and a half from that tour stop because I would see them again in Youngstown in June of 2023, and then I went and saw them again at Blossom Music Center again with Train this time in just this past July, and REO Speedwagon this time just so happened to have been the sole reason I went this time. And you know, it's just a whole like thing. Like I've gotten into them, but it's just I love like their ballads, and I just love both of their prog rock like energy, and I just love the melody and the rhythms of their songs. Like there's just something about them that just makes me really enjoy them a lot. So I just love both of them very much. But of course, I also love other classic rock bands like Loverboy, Foreigner, Journey, and whatnot. I'm no stranger to those other bands. Those are definitely up there for me. But if we're talking about some of my favorites, it would specifically be Styx and REO Speedwagon.
That's really cool. Like, the fact that, I mean, I'm kind of glad that you've averted to, like, not talking about them as much.
Okay, well, I mean,
on the
I had to
show.
share my interest somehow, dude.
Because, I mean, you definitely typecasted yourself there for a bit when you would keep talking about those two bands in particular. But, I mean,
okay,
you were passionate about them, and it makes you happy. And there's nothing really wrong with it. But, like, you clearly have a big passion for Styx and REO Speedwagon, much like I do. Because, like, you know, have you seen the Arch Allies DVD?
Certainly. Yeah, absolutely.
It's so good. It's literally so good. But anyway, moving on from that, I know that you know your fair share of celebrities. So I wanted to ask, if you had to be one celebrity for a day, who would you be? And it can't be a member from Styx or REO Speedwagon, by the way. They just can't. If I were a celebrity for a day and it couldn't be those,
You know, to be honest, here's the thing. I think I'd probably be Adam Sandler. I say that because not gonna lie, I know that a lot of people kind of consider him as a joke, but like, I very much like Adam Sandler, and I like most of the movies that he's in. Like, honestly, and another thing too is he also does like stand-up too. I actually had the opportunity to go see him live at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland back in April of 2023, but it landed right in the middle of my San Francisco field trip that I planned with one of my high school classes for like journalism convention or whatever. So I had tickets bought, but of course his show was right in the middle of that week. So that happened. But yeah, to be honest, I would probably be Adam Sandler for a day because he's very versatile in a lot of the things that I'm currently already into, like movies and stand-up. But yeah, so I'd say probably Adam Sandler.
you know, honestly, I would be too. I don't know why, but just like doing stand-up is something that I enjoyed the idea of doing. Stand-up and like acting. So the fact that you chose him in particular is interesting, but also very fond. And I guess you could technically be another person that has those similar interests because that's what Adam likes to do or likes to listen to as well. So you're kind of already fit with him already.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? Adam Sandler's the GOAT.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. Moving on. Another one I wanted to ask. What would you do if you won a crisp $20 million?
$20 million, is that... Man, that's a lot of money. To be honest, I would use a good chunk of it to like take care of my college tuition, of course. I would probably also use some of it to move me and my family into a bigger, better house. You could do a lot of things with it, honestly. But honestly, another big thing I would do with it is I would probably donate half of that to charity. Heck, I mean, if we want to get super specific, I would probably specifically donate it to the Extra Life charity collab stream that's happening on Saturday, November 2nd here on Black Square Entertainment from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., which I feel that you guys should definitely check out. Yeah, Cohlman.
See, there you go. Nah, he knows what he's talking about. You guys need to tune into Extra Life this Saturday, November 2nd from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. because all of our entertainment shows are going to be doing a big broadcast of a charity collaboration, and we're going to be raising money towards Akron Children's Hospitals by doing a lot of fun activities. So definitely tune into that. Thank you, Cohlman, for bringing that up. That's the second time we've brought it up, and we will keep bringing it up until it happens, you guys. Thank you for that. But with that, I guess with that out of the way, what would you say are some of your favorite albums? Kind of bringing it back to music a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, as I kind of mentioned earlier, Styx and Aria Speedwagon have created some of my favorite albums. I think, like specifically from Styx, my favorite Styx album is definitely Paradise Theater. It's got Rockin' the Paradise, Too Much Time on My Hands, The Best of Times, Snowblind, Half Penny, Two Penny, 80, 1958, all those amazing classic hits. Aria Speedwagon, I would say High Infidelity, you know, because that has Don't Let Him Go, Keep on Loving You, Take It on the Run, Follow My Heart, Tough Guys. That also ended up being an album that reached that was like a triple gold diamond or something like that. I don't remember what exact award it ended up winning, but I know that Keep on Loving You was like Aria's #1 single from that album. But if I were to pertain from those two bands, I would honestly say my favorite album right now would definitely be Found Heaven by Conan Gray. Like that album is just so unique and it has an 80s sound to it, so I am gonna like that. But still, something about it is just very unique, and I love the sound of it. The sound of his voice is really engaging, and I also just really like how much Conan Gray has impacted me very quickly. And it's one of the very few albums that I have ever listened to where I have every single song from start to finish all the way through.
Found Heaven is so good. I really love Found Heaven, but I can definitely agree with you on High Infidelity and Paradise Theater.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
very,
so good. I mean,
very pleasant to the ears. Switching over from music over to movies now, I wanted to ask you, what's a movie that you'd say you could watch every single day?
A movie I could watch every day. Well, I mean, if we're being totally honest with you, dude, there's actually a lot of critical movies that I have not seen that are must-sees.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I've heard from Anne-Marie several times.
Sorry, Anne-Marie. Well, okay, moving on from that embarrassing fact from right now. If I had to pick a movie I could watch every single day, might be cliche, but I'm gonna have to say Toy Story, the original 1995 Toy Story, because that was the first fully computer animated movie from Pixar. It was also Pixar's debut. It's also just one of those movies that has the perfect fundamentals of any movie. It's got an amazing story. It's got an absolutely brilliant cast. The visuals are just fantastic, especially for the movie of its first kind, of how it's, like I said, it's the first fully computer animated film, and it also was just, it's just one of those movies that really showed what Pixar was capable of, and it really star-rocketed them into the success that they are upon Disney's branding. So, to be honest, while I wouldn't necessarily want to watch something like a movie every single day, if we're being real, I know that Toy Story is something I would have the most fun watching every single day, just because of how versatile it is and how just openly fun of a movie it is. I could never really see myself getting tired of watching it even every single day.
Dude, I'm honestly in the same boat. Toy Story is just a timeless movie, and honestly, I realistically, there was one point where I myself actually did watch it every day for 1 week. I don't remember when. I think it was back in 2016. I was on a bit of a Toy Story hype train.
Yeah, dude, now that I think about it, there actually was a point in time where I did watch it every day for a week.
No way.
So, yeah.
Oh man,
This question actually really
worked out.
You and I
have a little more in common than I thought.
Okay, well, moving on. I wanted to ask you one more question.
If you had to summarize the blurb in just one word, what would that word be?
Extraordinary.
Really?
Because I say that because the blurb is something about the blurb is just extraordinary. Everything about the blurb is honestly just extraordinary. I love my cast. I love my production crew. I love the vibe of the Blurb and just what the Blurb is all about, which really means a lot to me because when I joined the Blurb, I really, not gonna lie, I really didn't feel like I felt like I fit in because there was just a few things, like, because there were a lot of, because when I would pitch ideas to my showrunner at the time, Jenica Jenick, rest in peace, they're not dead, just in a better place. But when I would pitch ideas to them, they would tell me that they would fit more realistically better on other shows realistically, which kind of showed that like I wasn't really thinking of a lot of pop culture ideas, which questioned how much I really fit on there, and there was just like some other things that ended up happening that like kind of made me like feel iffy about it, mainly just like how I realized I wasn't as like of a pop culture like fit on the Blurb initially, but then while getting to know the cast, I would learn about it from them through like the discussions we had and just like different talking points in general too, and like it was just really special to me. And you know, by like spring of 24, of course, like I was always going to come back to the Blurb for sure, but that made me like for sure want to come back, just like seeing just how amazing the cast was and still is at the time for who we still have left. And speaking on a fundamental level, I just always really appreciated the Blurb as like my comfort show, and I felt like I also gained a nice connection with my showrunner, Jenica Jenick, as well, because Jenica and I have gotten to know each other decently well, and I felt like they've always been like a nice guide for me on the show, and they've always just been very, very humble to me and very believing in me. They had a lot of faith in me for things, especially for a lot of things I would do, because I introduced this show behind the Blurb. Well, okay, I'm not going to ask why he's hosting it, but anyway. But yeah, they meant a lot to me, and they were a really fitting guidance for me being the showrunner, and it's because of them. I have a lot them to thank for that I am the showrunner, because I learned so much from them, and they encouraged me to showrun the show. So Jenica, if you're watching this, thank you for everything. You really have touched me and in my heart, and just made me enjoy the Blurb so much more than I realized I ever could. And I cannot thank you enough for just everything that you've helped me like do and learn about the Blurb. And the Blurb definitely isn't the same without you, but I'm doing my best to carry on the legacy for you. That's awesome, man. I would totally describe it as excellent, or not excellent, sorry, extraordinary as well. Extraordinary just makes a lot of sense to use for the Blurb. And you know, now that I think about it, you and I look alike, don't you think? Yeah, you know, I can see it. Yeah, you and I do look alike. Yeah, I mean, we're wearing the same outfit. I mean, you've got the exact same beard as well. Yeah, I definitely see it. Well, if you'll excuse me, Cohlman, I do have to get out of here, so I'll see you later. Huh? What the hell just happened? Where did he go?